Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Traxxas Summit. Here it is. This was Traxxas's first crossover vehicle I remember from back in the day. This is supposed to be scaled at 1/10 scale, they put it at, way back in the early, I think it was 2012, that I finally got one. And they had been out on the market for a while since then. This was the first crossover that was electric. It went from low gear to high gear. It was intended for crawling and it was intended for bashing. So back in the day, it was a revolutionary style. And it was almost like Traxxas took their Slash platform, right? And they had the e-Revo suspension on there. But then with the two-stage transmission and the remote locking differentials made it a completely different beast. Now, this is totally different from when it came stock. I do have an LEM, a leading edge machine, like a slop reducer, a dog in there, if you will, where it really reduces the amount of slop you would normally have between the pinion and your spur gear rolling before this transmission would actually even get going. I also have the dual motor mount on here because I used to have dual DeWalt brushed motors in here, and we gave a heck of a smoke show back in the day when they finally burned out in the mud. Who remembers that? Who actually has a Summit right now that's watching? Please post in the comment section below. I actually want to know how many people are still rocking this this machine because it's still killer. I took my brush motors out after they cooked. I put in a self-waterproofed the 4038 2250 kV T8 brushless censored motor in here with a Tekin RX4 ESC. So this is for 4-cell altogether, 2-cell LiPo on either side. Castle Creations 10 amp BEC, which is a power regulator, which goes out to all the servos when the servos are being asked to move and the motor is being asked to move. Everything is being regulated through the 10 amps that is here, or the 10 amp power route that I should say. The one thing I wanted to focus on before I get outside today for the ripping video is look at this. You see this? This is a common problem with the Traxxas Summit after you've had it for a long time. It really starts to get sloppy with the design that they have because the axle shaft starts to really kind of bore out the hex adapter that's on there. Look at this one. This one has very little movement on it, and this is the new LEM leading edge machining upgrade that they have for the 17 millimeter adapter. So even with the large tires that I have here, which are the 40 series RC four-wheel drive mudslingers, they are absolute giants. But these tires are very, very heavy. And being a heavy tire, you start to get that wear in the axle. Well, LEM came up with a different solution, much more like a trail truck solution that I've seen, which has the drive pin and the hex adapter where you can see the adapter itself. Instead of going straight through like it does with the Traxxas one, this one is going to hug that axle shaft. And then you'll see once the axle shaft comes through there that they actually have this coupling on the end as well, which is very interesting. Yeah, I certainly have had a lot of fun with this Traxxas Summit over the years. I've had it in water, I've had it pulling the Judge, mudding with it. This thing has been a true beast. And if you can believe it, this is the original one I've had all these years. So just keep replacing the bearings, or if I break a plastic piece. I've tried to keep some areas of this truck weak on purpose, like not putting in aluminum axle carriers, so at least it has a place to break instead of like breaking the transmission or breaking an axle stub. Now look at this. This is how this has been mounted on. So this is a lot of rotating mass right here on the actual axle. This is an aftermarket piece here so that I could mount up these giant tires. This is not brass, it's aluminum. And what I have to do here is take the special tool, because this one that comes with Traxxas isn't going to fit in here, unfortunately. And look at this. You can see the slop in that, and that's coming from the inside there. So I'll take this special little tool I have and then back this out. So when I take this off, I'm also going to want to check my bearing as well to make sure that the bearing right behind this hex adapter is still in good shape. Might as well do the maintenance while I'm in there and remove the set screw or the drive pin. See, now this is how Traxxas has done it, which is fine. It works fine. There is the pin, and then you just slide this right off. It's supposed to be just that easy. I love when I'm on camera and I'm supposed to just slide that right off. Now the LEM way is we're going to slide the pin through. Very familiar to all the people that are trail crawling. Then we take the adapter, slide it on here. You can see it is in place right there. Bearing looks great. You can see it's in place right there. Then the adapter goes back on. Then the little cap goes on the end of the axle. Aha! And this little guy also helps this whole thing from sliding off the pin. I get it. And presto, changeo! Tire attached, and look at very small movements now instead of all that flop and slop. On all four corners, barely anything. So here I am standing at the top of what used to be my 1/5 scale racetrack for the big dirty, little dirty, and you know, a variety of other things. But you can see I even took out the jump over there. I put all the moguls on the inside landing for the crossover. Some say it may be sad to see the racetrack go, but I actually feel it's kind of cleansing. And it's not that I'm removing the racetrack, I'm just changing it around. I think change is good. Now I get to play with the Summit. This is unlocked diffs right now. Woo-wee, she gets dusty out here. What a perfect background for like a dirty old cowboy and western. a little on the throttle at the end to help level it out. And there it is, guys. Yeah, my Traxxas Summit, the Reaper rat rod. It has taken me a very long time to get it to this much durability and strength. Shout out to Pit Dog Hydro for the hydro dip on this body. I've been rocking it for years. LEM products, you are on point. You've got some really great upgrades that have helped strengthen this Summit around tip to tail, basically. Guys, what do you think of the track being changed around? Let me know in the comments section. Let me know if you're interested, if you've even ever got one of these Summits, if you still have one. I'll leave a link to one on Amazon if I can find one, if it's still available, of course. You never know what the future holds. In the link in the description box down below. Guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with me today. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode of RC Adventures. And as always, get outside and have fun with RC. Woohoo! Yeah!